you actually look at the situation.
Go ahead.
Look at the situation through different view, you know. Don't be so one-minded, be open-minded and get whatever information, and then you have your choice. Here's the scale, and you have the choice of being happy or not being happy, you know.
You get to choose.
Yeah.
Power of free will. Very good. Anybody else? How do you overcome negative thoughts, Enoch?
Leave that past behind you, man, and stay positive.
Okay, very good. Someone else had their hand up?
I woke up, I guess, very negative this morning. I, felt like I was going to say, fuck it, I was going to come here, this and that, but then I was able to just, stay quiet to myself for a minute, get my thoughts back, and I said, you know what, it ain't going to be so bad. I'm going to go, I'm going to, do what I need to do, and I feel great that I'm here.
Where are you from?
New York,
What part?
Long Island.
Really? Okay. I'm from Brooklyn. My family's from Ronkonkoma.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, out there. I spent a lot of time in Riverhead, Yaphank. I was locked up in Yaphank for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right. No, he said Long Island. How do you overcome negative thoughts? Sing? Very good. I like that. Anybody else? Anybody else? What do you practice to overcome negative thoughts? So I ask you guys action words every time we do a group. And the reason I ask you guys action words is me personally, I can't overcome a negative thought. The reason I don't feel like I can overcome a negative thought is because I keep getting them back. So what I've learned is I guess so. Go ahead. I don't need it. So what I've learned is it's easier for me to replace coke and liquor, right? Beer, MDMA, this couch, that couch, this girl, that girl, this job, that job. You notice that we're really good at replacing. When we lose something, we replace it with something else. Everything you guys told me on how you overcome it, you're actually replacing it with something else. So your action word, no matter what it is, it could be self-care. When you have negative thoughts, practice self-care. If your action word is patience, when you have negative thoughts, be patient in a negative thought. Don't react in it. If your action word is commitment, when you have negative thoughts, remember the commitment when you made when you were at rock bottom. Whatever your action word is how you replace the negative thoughts with. So if you're not waking up telling yourself what you need to practice when you have negative thoughts, they take you out because you don't know how to fight them. So now since I don't know how to fight them, what am I going to go do now? I'm going to look to go numb it for a second so I can figure out my next move.
Yeah.
How does that even sound? So what I'm saying is when you wake up in the morning, you got to understand mentally strong people are willing to do some of the work that doesn't feel good. Why? Winning doesn't always feel like winning. And a true winner is a loser that doesn't give up. Scripture says the righteous fall down 7, they get up 8. So then what really is going to determine on how you succeed in this, and if you're able to sustain the success, is how well can you get up now when you fall. How prepared are you now for your weaknesses? Everyone's trying to be the best version they could be tomorrow. For what? You don't even know what tomorrow entails. How do you become a better version today from yesterday? So if we're not doing that, if you're not waking up looking at yesterday like, you know what? I shouldn't have acted like this with this person. So now next time I get this feeling, I got to behave in a different way. Does anybody know the definition of relapse?
To go back to old behavior.
Okay.
Live in the present.
Okay. So by definition, the definition of relapse means the deterioration of improvement, not the use of the drug or the drink. I don't know why those programs use it like that. The use of the drug or the drink is a result. It's the last stop on the train. So for me to think that the relapse was the actual use of the drug, all I got to do is stop using the drug and I won't relapse again, when that's totally wrong. The deterioration of improvement is when you got the wrong ideas, the wrong attitudes. You're not maintaining responsibility. You're showing up to your groups late. You're not making your appointments. You still don't got your IDs yet. You're worrying about everything about tomorrow, but yet we're not getting the things done that we need to get done. That's the relapse. Why? When you're not getting progression in your life, do you know what chemical you're not producing in your brain? Dopamine. How do you feel when you're not producing dopamine? Like shit. Where are we going to go to feel better? So you see how the drugs and alcohol is not your relapse? The relapse is that we're not waking up and getting better from yesterday. We're so worried about trying to do what we need to do tomorrow when you don't even know what tomorrow entails. What does Scripture say? Do not boast about tomorrow, for you not know what a day may bring. You might prepare for A and B happens. Anybody know the quote by Mike Tyson? Everybody got a plan until what? You get punched in the face. So everyone's making a plan for tomorrow. You get punched in the face and your plan don't work, and now we procrastinate. And now we blame. And we complain. And now we want to wait until we feel motivated to do the work to get our lives better. So wait. So you're going to wait until you feel like getting your life together to get your life together? How's that been working out for you?
Not at all.
Right.
If people waited till they felt like doing things to get things done, nothing would get done.
Right.
Imagine the people that raised you, hopefully it was halfway decent or good. Imagine they only did things when they felt like doing. Some of y'all got kids. Imagine you only did things for your kids when you actually felt like doing it. No, you do it because you love them.
Exactly.
You don't necessarily always want to do it, but you do it because you love them. If you're not doing the work you don't want to do, there's a possibility of us being able to say, you don't love yourself. And that's just the bottom line. Because if you truly love yourself, you're going to do the work when you don't want to do it.
Right.
So now if you're just motivated to get your life together, right? I like to jog. I only jog when I got music, though.
Right.
So do you know what that tells me? That I'm a motivated runner, not a determined runner. Why? If I don't have music, I don't run.
I seen you running down there.
I know, and I have my headphones on. What I'm saying is, if I don't have music, I don't jog. So what are you waiting for to have before you actually start doing some work and getting your life better?
Motivation.
What happens if you don't find motivation?
You don't get it done.
You're demotivated. You're not doing the work. Were you motivated to go boost and rob and lie and manipulate it? I wasn't always motivated. I didn't like the work I had to do to get the drugs. I don't know about you. I didn't wake up excited for the day in hand and what I had to go do to go get the drugs. I was not motivated. I did it anyway. Why? Because I was determined.
Wasn't you motivated by the field drug?
Sorry?
Wasn't you motivated by the field?
So motivation is an external force, like the music. It's something on the outside that I bring into my life that when I listen to it, I jog. Because of our determination for the drug, the work didn't matter. When we got the drug, which is like my music, when the drug went in our system, then we were motivated to go to work or have sex or clean our apartment or do whatever it was we had to do. So because of our
We had to
determination,
go buy motivation in a bag.
we would walk a mile in the blizzard for a dime bag. That's not motivation, that's determination.
Right.
Right? So now why were we so determined for the drug? What did the drug provide us, or the drink? What did it provide you?
Dopamine.
Dopamine, what else?
Happiness.
Happiness, good, what else?
You're well.
Able to
Get well, it gave us an energy boost. It gave us something that we seen valuable. If you don't do, I'm going to say what I say, I got to say it. If you're not doing the work when you don't feel like doing it, you don't value recovery.
Right.
You don't see the value in it just yet. You don't see what it can make you become. You're just looking at what you want to get out of it. Those are two different walks.
Right. Right.
I don't need money. I want peace. I want joy. I want clarity. I want self-discipline. I want to be able to fall and get back up. I don't want a life that I don't fall. That's impossible to create. So if you're trying to create a life of no suffering, you're going to create more suffering. Because if you try to escape pain, you create more pain. Look at your active addiction. Look at my active addiction. Look at what kind of pain did we cause because we didn't want to deal, or we couldn't deal, or we didn't know how to deal with what happened to us. What kind of pain did we create in our lives? What kind of pain did active addiction create in your life?
A lot of chaotic.
Chaos, good. What else?
Distrust.
Distrust. Nobody feels worthless. Hopeless.
Yeah, I did.
Depression.
Depression. Anybody go to jail because of their addiction? Anybody lose their family because of their addiction? Anybody ever lose their apartment because of their addiction? All of that was caused because we were running away from something that you guys got to still face right now. So you still trying to find a route away, or you now trying to find a route through? So now you need to practice something that helps you navigate through pain, not find something that's going to help you not feel the pain no more. So whatever pain you're running from is waiting for you. It ain't going nowhere. You think God's going to be like, oh, I feel bad. You think God plays favoritism? Anybody ever read the Bible? Anyone know what happened to God's son? He got crucified. Does that sound like favoritism to you? So you think God feels bad for us? I don't think he feels bad for us. Not one bit. Why? Because if you knew what was on the other side of your fear, you wouldn't feel bad for yourself either. You'd go get it because it's greatness that's waiting for you.
Right.
That's what's waiting. That fear, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the perseverance through it. So to be a courageous person, that means you still feel the fear. You just don't let the fear stop you. What you got?
So, just what you're saying, I just wrote it down. It's like simple. I just figured it out like 2 or 3 years. It's like it made me feel pretty good right now. By my years and years and years, multiple years of going through, just say people go through mental, physical, and sexual pain, trauma in their life.
Okay.
That demotivates you to make you think that you ain't worth the motherfucking life, right? So then you go buy a bag and motivate you.
Yes.
That's what you're doing.
Yes.
all it was.
That's all it is.
Right.
We found what you need to find in God in the drug.
Yeah.
We worship the drug. What does God want us to do? To worship him. Bow down to him, give our power away to him, make our life about him. Look what you did to the drug. You bowed down to it, you gave your life to it, and you made your life about it.
You can't
So
put on your neck.
we worshipped it. So now look what happens with sympathy. This is why I don't feel bad for nobody. Sympathy is going to make us feel like a victim.
Right.
And when someone makes you feel like a victim, it's really easy to now do self-pity.
Right.
Now, self-talk is either going to destroy you or it's going to build you, one or the other. So now if I'm doing the self-pity, oh, poor me, now guess what I get to do? I get to justify my actions by blaming you because I'm the victim.
Right.
So now I did this, and this because you did that to me, taking no responsibility for this, and this. I'm in jail, locked up with a case, blaming that person, but I made 10 stupid choices because I had to get revenge.
Right.
But I'm the victim because you did it to me first. So now what I do back is justified because if you didn't do, where's the responsibility? Where's the maturity in any of that? That's what I had to learn. The hard truth, the truth shall set you free. Truth hurts, man. And you know what the hard truth is? The seat that you're sitting in right now is a result of your choices, period. Period. People had influence on us, yes. People were able to persuade us in a certain way, yes. But how many choices could we have made better that you wouldn't have been in this seat right now if you made it? So now the responsibility has to be put on me at all times now. Regardless of what you do to me, I must respond in a way that's beneficial to me, period. If not, it's on me, it's not on you. Accountability is no longer making excuses, not twisting the facts, and holding yourself responsible for everything. Are you willing to do that this time around? Are you willing to have somebody curse you out and say something about you, and you realize if I curse them back and slap the taste out of their mouth, I'm responsible for where I end up, not them? Are you willing to do that this time? Nope. It's going to be very difficult. Because eventually our lives are a result of the choices we make. When I break the law, it's not the judge's fault I got locked up or the cop's fault I got locked up. It's my fault that I broke the law. Period. So now if something happens and I end up in a certain place because of my reaction to something, I got to take responsibility for that. So I have peace in my life, even though people still speak to me in a way I don't like. I had peace in my life even though people have used my trust against me. I had peace in my life even though horrible things have still happened to me in my recovery. The reason I have peace is because I don't react the same way I used to react, and I don't make the darkness darker. So now when you wake up in the morning, what are you going to practice when your negative thoughts come to replace them with? For me, I read the Bible, I'll call somebody, I'll go for a walk. I have things that I'm ready to practice. What are you going to practice the next time you're frustrated?
Peace
Very
in
good.
my heart.
Good?
Pray.
Good. What are you going to do the next time you have anxiety, your depression, your irritability, all these feelings you don't like?
Sit still.
Very good. What are you going to practice the next time you get it? Or are you trying to get things to make you think you won't feel those feelings no more?
Positive affirmation.
Very good. You think that new job that you're going to make money with ain't going to get you frustrated? You don't think you're going to have coworkers? You don't think there's going to be days you don't want to go to work?
Yeah.
If I don't show up, I don't get paid.
Of course you don't. And
So
then
now
you get
when my paycheck comes in,
Sure.
if it's light, I can't blame anybody but myself. I didn't show up. If you ain't waking up, showing up for work, your paycheck probably light right now. Your life probably it seems stagnant. You probably feel like you're not moving, you're complacent because you ain't waking up, showing up to work. You going throughout the day thinking another day sober is Gucci. No, it's not. Don't let people sell you that shit. I could mess this up sober. So why would I make sobriety just enough? No, it's not enough no more. Fentanyl has changed the game.
Yeah.
The longer you stay off drugs, the higher of a chance you have of dying the next time you use.
Yeah.
Back in the day, the longer you stay off the drugs, the higher of a chance you had of living.
Hey, I'm a living witness to what he's saying.
Yeah.
I just was in a coma for 9 days, brain dead for 7 of those days from fentanyl.
So we ain't playing with the same things we were playing with on the street. Y'all need to know what time it is. Like, you can't go about your treatment this time like you've done other times in the past. We were dealing with different drugs.
Yeah.
We dealing with a straight poisoning now. You ain't got the time you think you got. I'm sorry.
That's dead.
I'm sorry, you ain't got time to keep making the same mistakes. We got to grow up, get mature, and start taking responsibility for our choices. And stop letting your environment or the treatment facility or whoever don't want it get in the way of your recovery.
Right.
You got to get really focused now. Your life is on the line, man. I do this job to get you to understand that. I don't need to be here. I could be making a lot more money doing a lot of other things. I'm telling you right now. I'm here because my heart is with y'all. I come here prepared. I come here with my energy to get y'all to realize like this shit is no game right now, man. Your life is on the line.
Yeah.
You need to see this time around a lot differently if you're not just yet.
Yeah.
You have to change the way you see what you're seeing. What you're seeing is not going to change. You have to change the way you see it. That's why Jesus said, be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Right.
You have to now have different reactions to the same things. So now, what are the things that are taking you out?
Just women.
Okay?
Stress.
Okay?
Success even.
Success, 100%. Boredom, okay?
Yeah, boredom.
Family.
More than mine.
Family, good.
Yeah.
Peer pressure.
Peer
Yeah,
pressure.
yeah, I-
Perspective, 100%. Perspective is your potential.
Mindset.
Victim mentality.
Victim mentality. So this has to change. Otherwise, we're finished.
Yeah. Scars.
If your character stays the same, you can stop a behavior, but it'll keep coming back.
Yeah.
Drug addiction, drug use is a behavior. Your addiction is not to drugs and alcohol. That's your dependency. You could take the drugs and alcohol out and start gambling or shopping
Yeah,
or
transfer into
sex.
something else.
So what I'm saying is your addiction is not the drugs and alcohol. That is your dependency of the addiction. Your addiction is you don't know how to fight that just yet and survive. So now you'll get addicted to anything that helps you escape what that is, to create a false sense of reality like you're Gucci or something without doing the work.
Right.
Addiction is a disconnect from God. That's it. That's all it is. You believe in whatever God you want to believe in. Y'all know what time it is with me. I'm with Jesus. But what I'm saying is, addiction isn't something that's taking you away from God and having you in the world. For instance, your identity. Are they telling you who you are?
No.
Because if they're telling you who you are, you're going to get addicted to something.
Yeah.
You got to know who you are in God, right? So character and personality. The main difference is personality. You're appearing to be somebody. For instance, act as if. We are too good at playing the role of someone in recovery. Going to all the meetings and doing the sponsor and the sponsees. We know how to play the role so well that it never becomes our character because we're doing the techniques. What I mean is, maybe I'm the only one. Has anyone ever been able to bullshit themselves into a job you
Yeah.
had no idea how to do,
Yep.
but got the job, but wasn't able to keep the job because you didn't have the character?
Yeah.
Because of that, we know the techniques of recovery, but we don't practice it when nobody's looking. So this you appear to be, this you are actually becoming. So now when nobody's looking is this. Anybody can say the Gucci shitting group. Are you practicing when you leave? If not, then you have no character. You just have the personality of somebody in recovery. So now I had to check myself because this really convicted me when I was in treatment, when I was learning this. Because all I ever had was the personality of something. I never had the character of something.
A body with an empty soul.
Say that again?
Body with no soul.
So
Appearance and you're hollow.
It says don't be just a hearer of a word.
be a doer of the word, right?
You are like a man looks in the mirror and turn up and what the fuck you look like.
Yes. Do you understand that if you look in water, you could see your reflection?
Yeah.
Do you understand you can't see your reflection in boiling water, though?
Yeah.
Boiling water, you can't see
a
your
distortion.
reflection in the water. Why? Because that's anger. That is what's considered anger. But you cannot be a reflection of God's image. Human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. If you have anger in your heart, you are not going to be able to have a reflection of something that you want to reflect. You're not going to be able to see anything. So now characters you're actually becoming. So behave. So now behavior. So now an act of addiction, which one do you think we develop? In order to become a drug addict, what do you have to develop? We start with the personality, but an act of addiction is actually character.
Because you're acting.
What we're acting. So now listen to this life lesson. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation. Because your character is who you are, your reputation is merely who others think you are.
Yeah.
So now my reputation was more important than my character. So therefore I started to manipulate and lie and appear to be people to get other people to like me. So now once I knew how to appear to be this person and that person, I never had any character. Character is morals, values, principles. So if I'm a principal of a school, what am I in charge of?
Characters.
Everybody, students and the faculty. So now principles are something that rule your behavior. So what I mean is a value is being honest. The principle would be what? In order to be honest, I must what? Tell the truth. So therefore, telling the truth is a principle. What principles are you living by, and what's teaching you those principles? For those that are Christians, you got the 8 principles of Matthew. If those in NA or AA, you guys got principles. They've given you rules that govern your behavior. So if you're not practicing a path of recovery that gives you values and principles, how are you finding them on your own?
You can't.
You can't. Because if you could, you wouldn't be sitting in these seats with me right now.
No, you're right.
So, character is what you have left when you've lost everything you could lose. I had a mentor that said, and I'll never forget it, he said, don't become a chocolate soldier.
Brown
Don't
nose.
melt in the sun.
Brown nose.
So now when things get difficult, what do you think comes out of us? When we're struggling, what comes out of us?
Character.
Our character. You can't fake the funk in your struggle. You can only fake the funk when things are going good.
Yeah.
But when things start going bad, what happens? We
Show
start
your ass.
complaining. We run away from it. We give up. We make excuses.
Yeah.
That is all our character.
Yeah.
This is why I ask you guys action words. You guys should be working on your character. What are some things that build character?
Responsibility.
Responsibility, very good.
Honesty.
Honesty, very good.
Treating people the way you want to be treated.
Treating people the way you want to be treated. Humbleness, very good. So, I didn't hear anybody talk about making money. I didn't
Making
hear.
money
I didn't
doesn't
hear anybody
always-
talking about their views, follows, and likes. I didn't hear anyone talk about their business ventures. What did I hear everybody talk about? Things that are
Character.
internal.
Yeah, character.
We're so focused on getting things. What's the point of getting something if you ain't got punctuality to keep it? What's the point of getting anything if you ain't got organizational skills to keep it? What's the point of getting anything if you ain't got time management skills so you don't get overwhelmed? What's the point of doing anything right now if you can't keep it? So how are we gonna keep it?
Be on time.
Very good. Habits. You got to develop now different habits. Drug addiction is what? A drug habit.
Yeah.
Alcoholism is what? A drinking habit. That habit developed your character.
Yeah.
So now what new habits are you practicing in your recovery to build loyalty, to build trust,
Yeah.
to build respect, to build compassion? What habits are we practicing? Because if you don't practice new habits, you could stop the behavior, but you didn't change your character. So now after your pink cloud, after the honeymoon phase with whoever you're dating, all of a sudden it goes right back to where you were because you didn't work on your character, you just worked on your personality. Who are you when no one's looking? That is going to tell you where you are right now as a person, not your clean date.
Okay.
Integrity. Clean date does not tell the story
Yeah.
whatsoever. I know people getting 5, 10, 15, 20-year coins that have no character. They're just not using, but they're miserable. 13 stepping, haven't gotten their kids back, still living home at their parents, but they'll walk in those rooms and they'll be glorified. Because they could spit some literature out of book. I know a lot of false prophets too. So what does that mean?
Nothing at all. Blowing hot air up your butt.
What? That's how you know they have no character, because part of character is compassion and empathy. So scripture says you will know them by their
Character.
fruits.
By their fruit.
By their
By
character.
all of the fruit of the Spirit is character, goodness, faithfulness, loveness,
Humbleness.
self-control, humility, joy. That is your character.
Yes.
Happiness comes in, joy comes out.
Yeah.
So that's why Scripture says, consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds. What
Because
God's saying, what's coming out of you when you're suffering will determine on
How
your
the
character.
character, yeah.
Job prospered because of how he suffered, not what he suffered with.
Right.
We get so caught up with that we've been through all this trauma, yes, but you're not getting better not because of that. You're not getting better because you haven't learned how to suffer with it yet.
You haven't accepted it and
Because
got
we
over
keep
it.
going to other things to get us through the
Replace it.
suffering
What
rather
if it's
than
by
fighting through
yourself?
it
Yeah.
and finding a pathway through it. I'm telling you, I still have insecurities. I still have fear. I still have these things. Recovery didn't take them away. Recovery made me stronger so I could fight through them instead of run away from them.
Right.
So your recovery process has to right now help you get through the things you've been running from. You don't want to build a recovery life where you don't have to feel it no
Shaky
more.
foundation.
Thinking that you could build such a great life for yourself and feel better. How many times have you lost that great life?
3 times.
Because we're only
can't count.
we're acting as if. That is the worst thing to tell somebody to do. To act as though they are somebody rather than behave like you are that person. Yes. So what are some good characteristical traits? Honesty,
Caring.
kindness, caring, courage,
Help.
say it,
Helping people.
serving 100%, contribution, that is a great one. Loyalty, respect, patience, right? And we're going to break them down. So what is honesty? It's being truthful and sincere all the time. If you can't do it with other people, get right with God.
Okay.
Get right with the big homie. The reason you need to get right with the big homie is because the big homie will show you how to get right with others. And he will make friends of your enemies.
Yes.
Right? And he shows favor to the humble.
Yep.
Right? So that's why for me, it's me and God all day long. What I could do for you guys, I am useless to you guys if I'm not with him.
Right.
So the only reason you feel what you feel coming out of me is because I'm right with him. It's not because I'm right with Jah and y'all right with me. It's because I'm right with him. And because I'm right with him, he's working through me. So you guys can feel that. Do you know how much work this takes when nobody's looking to be able to have you guys feel Jesus Christ coming out of me?
Yeah.
That's right.
You think he's doing this as like a favor?
No.
No, he's doing this because I'm putting the work in. What's
And he's
inside
doing more
of
work
me
than
is
you.
inside of you, though. I'm not special. I'm the same dope fiend maniac as y'all. I wasn't born special than you guys. What's inside of me is inside of you. And that's why he lets it come out of me. Because I'm out of my mind. I am. But because of him, I'm meek. And I have self-discipline. And I could share my heart with you guys and you feel the authenticity of it because you know I'm not BSing you. I'm living this life. I'm not teaching you something I read on the back of a book. Like, this is what I live. And it comes out of me because I walk it. You guys got to take this time as seriously as possible. What motives in your life right now are taking you away from your recovery? Could you possibly be trying to get something in your life that you don't need? You want it because it's going to make you feel better. And then there is something you know you should be working on, but you're procrastinating because you don't like the way it's going to feel. That's what the magic is, what you're avoiding. I always realize whatever and listen, it feels good when I'm procrastinating something and I do something I was procrastinating, even if it's washing my dishes. Sometimes I'll leave the cups for like 2 days. I hate washing dishes, right? And I don't make many dishes, but I'll leave it for 2 days. That third day I wash it, I feel so good about myself, though. It was literally a dish, a bowl, and a spoon. Wasn't a lot. I'm telling you, I'm just like y'all. I'm not perfect, but what I'm saying is it feels good. So what is something you're procrastinating that maybe you could just start doing? If you don't know how to do it, ask someone to help you. Maybe that's what God's waiting for. You're praying to get through something. God's already put someone in your life with the answer. You're just not humble enough to say, I don't know how to do it, and ask for help. God's giving the keys. You got to understand, God is healing people that are going to come and help you one day, right now. And God's healing you, so someone's going to come to you one day and you're going to help them.
Man, you might want to be careful on that cockroach you step on today because that might be the king served tomorrow.
There you go. Somebody said be careful of something like that. It might be connected to, be careful of the ass you kiss. It might be connected to the foot or something like that. I don't know that one too well. So look. So bad characteristics. Remember I told you the definition of relapse is the deterioration of improvement. So if we have these characteristics, you're eventually going to get high or drink. First one is dishonesty, deceitful and untruthful. The wages of sin is what? Death. Right? So do not let sin reign over your mortal body, for you may obey its evil desires. You notice when you first start getting back in the game with the drugs, you don't fully fall back into it. You're able to dabble here and there, but then once you keep doing it every day, you're letting it reign over you, and then all of a sudden you're being controlled by the drug and alcohol again. You're like, how did this happen again? It's because you lived in it a little bit each day. And that's all the enemy needs. All he needs is a little bit each day, right? You save $1 a day for a year, you got $365, right? Anybody end the year with $365?
No.
What I'm saying is the enemy's willing to little by little. So now you got to go little by little each day right now. I don't lift weight. So if I went into the gym right now and you put 250 on the bar, I might as well be 1,000 pounds. But if I go to the gym every day and I start working out, eventually when I get to that 250, it's not going to feel like it did when I first tried to go to it before I started working out. I'm going to be able to now lift that 250. So the weight of the 250 is lighter, not because it got easier, because I got stronger. Because I was going to the gym every day. How are you going to the mental gym every day? Or your walk with God? Are you in the Bible? Are you in your big book? Are you calling your sponsor? What are you doing every day to build this? Instead of what are you doing every day to appear to be a certain way? Bad characteristics: dishonesty, cruelty. What cruelty is unkind, hateful, and hurtful. So that means how you're treating each other, by the way.
Yeah.
They will know you are my disciples if you love one another, Scripture says. That's a big if.
Yes.
Do not repay insult for insult. Do not repay evil for evil. I know these things sound like they're so hard. Maybe it's hard because you're watching TV shows that are about it. Maybe it's hard because you're listening to music about it. Maybe it's hard because you're talking about other people to other people. Maybe it's hard because of the way we're living our lives. If you start stopping a little here and there, it won't be that difficult to have somebody curse you out and you pray for them in that moment. Lord, forgive them for they not know what they do. Laziness, unwilling to work or use energy. Arrogance, conceited, irresponsible, not accountable for one's actions. So anger is a secondary emotion. You are responsible for everything you do in your anger, not the person that got you upset. Sorry.
That's only if you let them get you upset.
There you go. So
You can't control nobody, and you shouldn't let nobody control you.
no, but people get me upset, they just don't get my anger.
Right.
Right? Because anger is a secondary emotion. Nobody makes you angry.
Nope.
They got you frustrated. They got you upset. They made you afraid. They gave you an emotion. Our response is anger.
Right. Yeah.
So therefore, anger is a privilege. You don't get that from me no more.
Nope.
You get me upset. You don't even rent space in my head for
Right.
free no more. You get to walk through it though. I'll be honest. There's a lot of people that walk through my mind at times.
Yeah, but
They don't
they
rent
just pass it
space.
through.
This is a no vacancy lot. Sorry, keep it going. But they will walk through my head though.
Keep it going.
It's not for hire. Who's renting space in your head for free? Right now?
Nobody at all.
Good. I heard a great quote. Sometimes it happens. I'm saying it's going to happen. But when we find ourselves in it, what's going to take us out? We can't stay in it.
Find a happy place.
There you go. That could work, right? So, so whoever's renting space in your head for free, how much time are you spending on this? If you're letting them rent space in your head for free. So the quote that I heard is, you'll stop worrying about how much people think about you when you realize how seldom they actually think about you.
Right.
I'll walk around thinking the whole world is thinking about me. Let me ask you a question. How many different people do you think about in a day?
Nobody.
Okay? I don't think about many different people, but we'll think everybody's thinking about us, though.
Yeah. That's the whole point.
Pessimism, tending to see the worst aspect of things. If you automatically look at something and you're finding faults, that's closed-minded. That's a negative mind.
I always try to see the
Which
positive.
I usually sometimes that's the first thing I look at, and I got to take a step back, and now I got to find the silver lining.
Yeah.
Because my mind isn't always on point, right?
Right.
But what I've gotten good at is, imagine you could just get out of your problems sooner. Not necessarily stop your problems, but get out of them sooner. Do you think you would end up where you end up if you could get out of them sooner? If you could get out of your problems sooner, you won't end up at rock bottom. You'll get on the road, but you'll get out of it before you end there.
Yeah.
So what I've learned is I don't try to stop problems. I just get out of them sooner. Albert Einstein has a great quote. He goes, it's not that I'm smart. I just stay with my problems longer. So think about cancer. If you get cancer in stage 4, odds aren't that good, right? You got to do chemo. But if you're going to the doctor every 6 months and they find it in stage 1,
Yeah.
they could just remove the tumor.
Right.
Are you dealing with problems in stage 1, or it's not that bad yet and you don't think you got to deal with it? What do you got in your life right now that you don't think it's that bad yet? That's stage 1. If you could say it's not that bad yet, it's already bad. You need to understand that.
Right.
It's just not bad enough for you to think you have to deal with it, but we'll wait until it's stage 4, though. And there's nothing to do about the problem and play the victim and the self-pity when you could have got yourself out of it such a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't try to stop negativity. I allow it. I am now prepared to get out of negativity sooner. I don't try to stop frustration. I get out of it sooner.
Right.
I don't try to stop irritability. I get out of it sooner. Do you see what God showed me? Let the devil attack. Counterpunch the devil.
Yeah, there you go.
Because you can't stop him. God's allowing him doing it. The whole Bible is talking about suffering and being tested and tempted and everything, trials. So therefore, it's part of it. So what I realized is just get out of it sooner.
Yeah.
You won't end up where you end up.
Yeah.
So now how do we know we're in stage 1? What do you think tells us we're in stage 1 of problems?
Anything that bothers us.
Very good. What are some things that could be? Some
Frustration.
frustration, very good. What are some indicators? What?
Loss of something or somebody.
Grief could start. We listen, don't ignore it, right? Don't
Right.
start becoming an overworker and act like you're not upset that you just lost a loved one.
Right.
You have
You
to
gotta
find
work through it.
a
You gotta
place
work
to
through it.
heal and cry and do those things. Very good.
Yeah.
We'll avoid it. Very good.
Somebody gets you mad.
Someone gets you mad and you harbor it,
Yeah.
show it anger, right? Out of abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. Anyone ever walk around holding resentment towards someone and the littlest thing happen and it just blow up?
Explode up. Yeah. Explodes.
Why do you think that is? Because you didn't deal with it in stage 1, you let stage 4 come.
Right.
So I don't
don't kill
try to
yourself.
stop the world from being the world. I've learned is you got to let the world be the world, and I counterpunch with Jesus. What are you going to counterpunch with? NA, AA, whatever it is you're practicing is how you counterpunch. So if you're not practicing a path,
Or stop it before.
how do you know how to counterpunch? You're going to keep reverting back to old character, especially if we haven't built new habits. So you're not going to get this because you want this. Please don't let anybody sell you that BS. How long have you wanted a better life?
Forever.
Wanting it is not enough, and I don't even want to hear you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because if you truly were, you wouldn't keep doing what you're doing. So you're not tired yet.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can sell yourself the dream you're sick and tired. If you're truly sick and tired, you're done.
Yeah.
We'll stay sick and tired and go back out. No, stop selling yourself the BS. You're not sick and
That's
tired yet.
reservations.
It's just something like that. So now, you're not going to get what you want. You're going to get what your habits can produce. Just because someone wants to make $1 million, they ain't going to make $1 million unless they make better habits, waking up early and studying, financial skills, learning things, developing new habits. So your recovery is not about a clean date. Your recovery is about the habits you are now producing to make sure you never go back to that life. The obsession gets lifted when you find a better solution.
Right.
That's right.
So if you're not looking for better solutions for your frustration and your guilt and your shame, you're not going to get it.
Nope.
Because drugs and alcohol is our solution.
Or waiting for God to do it, and we already done it.
And if you think about it, the definition of recovery means to become to a normal state of mind and body. Me personally, this is my own personal opinion, the person with the needle in their neck is in recovery right now. The reason why they're in recovery, they're trying to become to a normal state of mind and body, and the drug is making us feel like that's what it's doing for us. So now we were always in recovery. We just found the wrong thing to recover with. When we went to the drug, we were going to it to recover from something. When we were going to the drug, we were going to it to give us self-confidence. We were going because it was giving us something. So now that's why you can't, to me, you can't tell someone they're not in recovery if they're getting high. They're just recovering in the wrong direction. But we're going to it the same reason now you want sobriety and you want God. You're going to that thing to what? Help you become to a normal state of mind and body. Where people make these things separate. I believe they're very intertwined. One has a relationship with God and one doesn't, period. That's it. That's how I see it. What's the opposite of addiction? Connection to God. Not connection. I can make connections with the dope man. That's not going to be the opposite of my addiction. So you got to be specific with the connection you make now. What connection do you need to make in recovery to be the opposite of the drug? What's going to play that role in the sense? 100%. All right? All right, so in addiction, where we at? All right. In addiction, we often built an image. Something we wanted the world to see. We became actors in our own lives, performing roles to survive, manipulate, or to protect ourselves. Recovery calls us out of that performance, and now you need to be authentic. That's why I practice transparency every day. It's no longer about who we pretend to be, but it's about who we're becoming when no one's watching.
That's right.
If you truly want to be a successful person, I learned this the hard way because I used to love attention. If you truly want to be successful, get used to pretty much 90% of your success not being seen by people and only by God.
That's right.
If you can't be okay with just you getting better in the dark, you're going to live in the world. And when the world stops giving you the attention you want, you're going to go to the one thing that always picks up the call when you make that phone call. The drugs was my best friend because it's the only person I can rely on.
That's right.
People failed me. People want to pick up their phone. The drugs, though, were always there.
That's right.
They were my best friend. So when you tried taking the drugs away from me, you were taking away my best friend. You weren't trying to help my life. You were taking away the only thing that made me feel like I wasn't alone at times. And that's what some people don't understand that doesn't live this life. The attachment to it is that it's our friend. Like we rely on it.
All you ever know.
And it's all we ever know, right? Some of us. So the difference, personality is what people see on the surface, how we talk, dress, react, and present ourselves. And it's how we show up in public. So charisma gets you in an opportunity. Character is what's going to help you keep the opportunity.
That's right.
Talent wins games. Teamwork wins championships.
Yeah, there you go.
So now you could get sober and white knuckle it. That's talent. You ain't going to make it to the end of the race unless you have a tribe of people, though. Teamwork. You could talk all the Gucci stuff in group, but not work on anything outside these groups. And when you leave here, as soon as it gets difficult, you give up.
Yep.
Because of your character. I used to want to be the best scorer on the worst team in the league. rather than being on the championship team and just being a team player. What I mean is, I would hang out with people that were worse than me. So I could feel better about myself without putting any work in to get better. And then when I got as worse as them, look at my genius. You know how I would upgrade? Find a group of people worse than the group of people I was just with. So I can now feel better about myself without doing the work. So my upgrade was actually going down. So now in recovery, if I'm the smartest person in the room, I got to get out. I'm telling you right now, the people that I'm walking with as far as biblically, 30, 40, 50 years of ministry. I got a year and a half. That's where I want to be, where I know nothing. And everything I say gets corrected and redirected because I'm a student now. In order to be a teacher, I must be a really good student. You can't teach unless you know how to learn. And you can't lead unless you know how to follow.
Exactly.
So now I have a church. I'm leading a church. I got no idea what I'm doing. I'm a kid from the streets that wanted to be the best motivational speaker ever. And God saves me and turns me into a preacher. Right? So now I need elders
Yeah.
And I need to be okay with being a beginner and making mistakes.
Yep.
What do you got?
You can't.
I have no idea. But listen, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know a guy who knows what he's doing. Right? So as long as I'm good with him, I'm good with John.
Just like you said earlier, you can't teach somebody that you ain't never been through.
How do you
That's
teach
a
if
kettle
you don't
call,
know how to
kettle
learn,
black.
right? Very good. So personality is what people see on the surface. Character is what lives underneath, meaning your values, your morals, your integrity, consistency.
Schedule.
Consistency is based on character. Repetition, based on character. Where we at? Consistency and shape our decisions. It's who we are when no one's around. In addiction, our personality often carried the show while our character was falling apart. So we would be able to get people to think we're sober, even though we're not sober.
Yeah.
So we could appear to be sober, but if we're not sober, eventually it comes out.
Yeah, it ends up showing.
Eventually it's going to come out. So that's what I'm
Eventually we'll
saying.
make mistakes.
Yeah. Well, you can't keep a lie going without another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, right?
Everything done in secrecy will.
Secrecy, believe it or not, secrecy is what's going to fuel your addiction.
Yeah.
So that's why I practice transparency. If I keep my thoughts a secret, they're going to destroy me and I'm going to go isolate. If I keep my feelings a secret, they're going to consume me. I'm going to go isolate. And if I keep what I'm going through a secret, I'm not going to get better, so I'm going to give up. So those are the three things I no longer keep a secret. My thoughts, my feelings, and what I'm going through. Every day, whoever I'm talking to, you're going to know what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, and what I'm going through. Whether you want to or not, it don't matter. I'm going to say it.
What you keep in secret is what the enemy uses to take you out.
Amen. So in addiction, our personalities often carry the show where our character was falling apart. In recovery, the goal is to rebuild on the inside so what people see on the outside matches the inside. So what I like to say is your audio got to match your video. You can't be a Bruce Lee flick with me. I'm paying attention to when people speak. What you're saying and what you're doing better line up. If it doesn't, I'm not judging you. But if it doesn't, it just shows that I might not be able to fully trust you with everything. I need to see this changing before I give you more of me.
Yeah.
It's just discernment. It's not judgment. I'm not thinking you can't get better. I just got to know, all right, that's where you're at right now. And I got to know now there's a boundary with that energy I need to make. Because you might be putting trust in the people and you ain't even watching their movements. And then they are dishonest with you and you're getting bent out of shape. When in reality, we from the streets. I don't know where you from. I'm told to observe and report on the block. Watch and report. That's what they told me on the block. Don't do nothing. You see something, you come to us, you report it, and we'll let you know how to do it. So that's how I still operate. I observe and I report before I do anything.
Right.
So that's what you should be doing with the people. Not everybody's ready yet around you. Not everybody wants it. Some people hear body broken maybe. Some people hear about the dollar. Some people are hiding or trying to beat a case. But what are you here for? Not what are they here for and what they're doing. What do you got something you want to say?
Yeah, not everybody is got that mentality, observe and report.
Okay.
Myself, I didn't operate that way.
Okay.
Observe and act.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that pause.
You have to be that way. Kind of messing me up a little bit.
So you want to observe and act. There's nothing wrong with that. But where's the pause to make sure that my action isn't impulsive?
That's right.
Well, that's the problem, I guess.
That's what I mean by observe and report.
Sometimes it works out, sometimes.
Sometimes it does. And then what the wisdom to know the difference?
Yeah.
You got to make the mistake to know the difference between the two sometimes too. So you're not doing anything wrong. For me, I like to observe, get an understanding, then act.
Taste your
So it's
surroundings.
fight, flight, freeze kind of thing, right? That pause. So there's nothing wrong. There's many different ways to do this. So yeah, I just like to see something, report it, and then respond to it. because my first action is never good for me,
Yeah.
right? Even
So
today,
everybody knows themselves.
4 years in recovery, it's still not the best for me, right? So addiction versus personality. In addiction, our personalities often become a survival tool. So we play a role to survive. We use charm, manipulation, or aggression to get what we wanted. We adapted our behavior to fit the situation, not to be authentic, but to protect the addiction. So now in active addiction, we're playing roles to protect our addiction from being seen by other people. So now if you're protecting your addiction, what kind of characteristical traits are you doing? Lying, deceiving, manipulation. So now that's eating away at your spirit. Eventually, you're going to hate yourself so much, it's going to be so easy to hurt yourself and self-sabotage and cut your nose to spite your face and all those things. So some examples of acting confident when we're really insecure. You can't do that. That's a personality.
No, about that, being honest.
Acting confident when you're insecure. Acting like you know this when you got no idea.
That's right.
That's a personality. You're appearing to know something you don't know. So how is that going to make our character better? You know what makes your character better? Getting humble and asking someone for help with something you don't know. That builds your character. Because now you're dying to your flesh. The world is about appearance and status and views and followers and likes. And the world says that that's what's important. So now we'll hide the things that we think takes us away from that. And we'll play the personality of who we think we need to be successful out there. That's why I kept getting taken out. I was very worldly. My identity was always attached to things outside. Money, car, apartment, status, whatever it was. That was my identity. If I didn't have that, I didn't feel like a person. Now I don't need those things to feel like a person because I understand that doesn't make me a person, that makes me a thing.
Yep.
It makes me a thing. What makes me a person is my integrity, my loyalty, my respect. That's authentic. So now I'd rather be a human being than a human doer.
Or robot.
Yeah, okay.
So now to be a human being, that's your character. Human doer is your personality. Anybody can act like a certain type of person. You can't be that person unless you have the habits that made you become that person.
That's right.
So to be in recovery is more than you just being able to say I'm in recovery and I have a clean date. No, what will determine if you're in recovery or not are your habits, your behavior, and who you're actually becoming on a daily basis, what you're practicing on a daily basis. Being funny or outgoing to distract others from your pain. That's a personality. That's dangerous. You're masking it just without drugs and alcohol. Pretending to be honest when you're hiding lies. You know how many people are picking up keychains and coins even though they're not sober because they just don't want to tell anyone they relapsed yet?
Right.
Being agreeable just to avoid confrontation. That's personality. Character, you got to stand up for yourself. That doesn't mean slap somebody in their face.
Now,
What I've learned in scripture, a really good way to stick up for yourself is when someone says something that bothered you, you ask them to repeat themselves because the way I took it, I might be taking it the wrong way. Can you repeat what you just said because I'm misinterpreting it? That's you sticking up for yourself. Without arguing, without anything. Because you're letting the person know what they said kind of bothered you, but you're giving them an opportunity to maybe say what they really meant because maybe they made a mistake. So now you build a relationship with somebody that you normally wouldn't build a relationship with. I did not become this overnight. I read scripture every day. So God is soft in my heart. And because he's soft in my heart, I'm able to have these conversations with people nowadays. It's because he has me talking to so many people. He better give me the tools to be able to talk to all these type of people without making me going crazy, right? But I read scripture every day. So there's something that you need to do repetitively each day before you're really going to start changing in something.
Yeah.
So whatever that practice is for you, if we did drugs Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you would have never became a drug addict. You became a drug addict because you did it all day, every day. So whatever it is that you're practicing has to become part of your life. The way you live your life. Not something you do to get a better life. Something that you now use to live your life.
Every day.
I use the Bible to live life. It teaches me on how to live life. It doesn't necessarily teach me on how to be happy all the time, because scripture tells me you're not going to be happy all the time. Blessed are those who are persecuted. That doesn't sound like happy. So because of those personalities, here's our character. We break promises easily. That's part of your character. Lied to people who trusted us. That's part of our character. Justified stealing and manipulating. Part of our character. We avoided responsibility and blamed others. That's part of our character. Our character was compromised because survival and self-gratification came first.
Like, well, why do people lie?
What?
Comfortable with
Yeah, I mean, people lie for many reasons. Sometimes I'll lie because I don't want to hurt your feelings too, you know? So it's weird. But I would actually lie just to have something to say to somebody. That's how bad I was at one point. I was such a pathological liar that I would make up something just to be able to have a conversation with you because I had nothing to talk to you about.
That sounds like my mother.
right.
That's how I know I'm saved. I mean bad. I was a really bad liar for no reason. Like I tell my connect I could sell the drugs for way more than I can just to sound cool, get the drugs and have to run because there was no way I could sell the drugs for what I said. For no reason. Like, I look back on my life and
there
I'm
was
like,
a reason.
yo,
You
bro.
told him that so you could get the drugs.
I could have got the drugs anyway. I just wanted to sound cool. Like, I'm really out of my mind. I was really bad. Really bad.
It's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That is really bad. All right, so our character suffers because our values and our morals take a back seat to cravings and impulses. So when you're living in cravings and you're living in your impulses, your values and your morals are going to take a back seat. Why? If I'm living off cravings, I could care less about integrity. If I'm being impulsive, that means I'm not patient. I'm not thinking about anything. Anybody had anything work out for them that they were impulsive with?
No.
You know how many times I met a girl, I got butterflies, I thought she was going to be my wife. She was not my wife, and I should have ran. But I was impulsive.
All my impulsiveness I ever went for was always like going to get fucked up, going drink.
Yeah.
You know, but that was always successful.
Yeah,
Got messed up.
you got messed up. Just didn't end up where we wanted. Yeah.
Messed up with some kids, you know?
We didn't end up where we wanted, and we'll close with this, and you guys can take a break. So in recovery, personality versus character. As we grow in recovery, our personality starts to reflect honesty, humility, and peace. So if you're in recovery, you should be getting more honest in areas of your life, a little more humble, changing, yes, a little more humble, and you should have a little more peace in some areas at times. It's still what people see, but now it's still built on truth and not performance. So now you're going to have a personality in recovery, but you want your personality in recovery to come off your character now. Not be something that you're pretending to be, somebody that you actually are today, because you have developed the habits and the character of that person first. So some examples: you speak calmly instead of reacting out of anger. You're being approachable and real instead of fake and defensive. You're letting people see your emotions instead of hiding behind humor or toughness. You're becoming vulnerable. You're learning to be kind without expecting something in return. That's unconditional. Personality becomes an expression of healing, not a disguise. So in active addiction, our personality is a disguise. We're trying to hide something. Our personality and recovery is actually now you healing. Your vulnerability, your integrity, your honesty, your trust. Now it's your personality is now who you really are, rather than who we used to make pretend we used to be. All right? Character is what rebuilds from the inside out. It's the foundation of trust, consistency, and accountability. So you need trust with yourself. How do you build trust with yourself, you think?
Quit lying to yourself.
Quit lying to yourself. You said you're done, be done. You said you ain't going to call that person, don't call that person. You say you're not going to text that person, don't text that person. You say you're not going to go on that site no more, don't go on that site no more. You say you're going to cancel that subscription you got, cancel that subscription you got. Don't keep reactivating them. What I'm saying is if you tell yourself something, you got to keep your word now. If you say you're going to wake up an hour early every day, you got to start waking up an hour early. You got to, even those little lies are not good. So if you say, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to go get this done, go get it done. Otherwise, don't say it yet. Don't say it. So trust, consistency, accountability. Some examples. Doing the right thing even when nobody's looking. Admitting when you're wrong. That's a big one.
That's huge.
Keeping promises, showing up, and following through. You say something, your yes got to be yes and your no be no. And you're choosing truth even when lies are easier. Our character starts to define our personality, not the other way around. You guys got any questions? You guys could.
I appreciate it, man. That was awesome.
You're welcome. You guys could take a break. We'll come back at, like, I don't know, 10:40 or something.
10:40. Where you from?
Brooklyn.